All right, so the House Committee just advanced the U.S. military's merger with the small country in the National Defense Authorization Act of 2027. And this comes after they held a 14-hour markup session for them to debate and make changes on it, in which House Rep. Ro Khanna openly came out and exposed that Section 224, which is the merger section, was ordered by the Yahoo Prime Minister. Ro put that out in the open, and he also introduced an amendment to specifically strike down Section 224. And still, the committee rejected it and passed the bill as is in a 44-12 vote. Now, of course, there's a lot of other stuff in this bill besides the merger. That's just the most alarming thing on there, where a small country gets all of our military's data, right? So that's like crazy. But this bill mainly is to pass a $1.15 trillion for defense programs. And now looking at it as a whole, combined with Section 224, it basically just means a whole bunch more money to the small country. Because the headline of the bill is to endorse that 1.5 trillion for defense programs, our defense, but Section 224 merges our defense with theirs. So, I mean, it's just a whole roundabout to give them more money. It's absurd. But obviously the money's not the problem here. The problem is that they get access to our military and all the data and everything. But now, just to be clear, the bill isn't fully passed, it's just advanced. It still has to go through the full House of Representatives, where they're going to vote and amend it and do whatever. And then the Senate has to do the exact same thing, where they make up their own bill and then they go through this exact same process. And then after that, they come together and they mix and match their two bills, and then they try to come up with one bill that's unified and on the same page. So there's still a bunch of legislation left and probably a bunch of changes to be had and to be made. But if we're going to be honest, the one section that's not being changed is 224. Because this is just what it means, and this is what it looks like when the small country has 90% control. Ro Khanna came out openly and said, this is the guy who actually introduced the bill. And the House committee still voted on it and passed it in a 44-12 vote. That's a bipartisan approval, right? Both parties here. That's what 90% means. 90% means it's everybody. So this thing will make it through the whole machine, and it's just, there's going to be changes, whatever, but really at the end of it, 224 is staying. And they all know about it. They all know that people don't want this. Like, everybody knows it's made the rounds online. And obviously, Ro Khanna came in and specifically introduced an amendment to shoot that specific thing down. And, I mean, no one cares. It's literally like him and Tom Massie. That's it. That's like two people out of the hundreds in the Congress. So, you know, there's honestly not much that can be done besides getting together with your community. I mean, honestly, that's what you got to do, because the parties don't matter, right? The parties don't matter. So whoever's in your community, get together with them. It doesn't matter if you don't see eye to eye with them, okay? Because the main thing people got to understand is that when it's a 90% bought situation, it's not a left-right issue. It's a top-down issue.